It's June 22nd, 2023, and I've got 3 free best bets for you. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks, plays of the day, just trying to help you make some money as we try to grow our bags together. Yesterday, man, we had such a burner day, man. Such a close day. Screw the Cards and Nationals over, man. If I take an over in this show, man, at this point, a full game total, just fade me. Just fade me because I just don't know what's wrong with my total predictions. Just can't get it right, but it's all good. Every time I take two pitchers who have super high ERAs, they decide to turn into Randy Johnson and Greg Maddux, some aces out there. Ain't nothing I can do about that, so that's a tough one. We did lose on the Red Sox Twins Nerfy, 2 outs in that one. That's tough to see. And then we did lose on the Red Sox money line. 2 runners in separate innings on third base with less than 2 outs, and they cannot bring the runner home. You're not going to win a lot of games like that, so that's tough to see, man. We still went to extras, but hey, it happens. 0-3 on the day. You can see our year-to-date record right here. Now we're back at 500. I'm kind of upset about that, so now I need to warm up. I got to get hot. I got to go on a streak. I got to get teed up. So let's lock in. Let's go crazy. Like and subscribe to this channel so you guys can stay a part of this run that I'm about to go on, because I got to warm up. I got to get hot. And as always, can't wait to see some of the picks that you're playing. So let's dive into our first best bet of the day. Now, let me put this little caveat out there before I even dive into the first best bet. Some of these videos, I wouldn't even put out 3 picks if I'm being all the way honest, because of some of the slates I just don't like, or I have to choose a lot of the later games because there's so many games that start early on Wednesday and Thursday. So if you are trying to find some of my early game winners, like we cashed in early yesterday on the Jays money line, first 5. We cashed in on Florida money line early. So we've had some early winners. Houston first 5 money line. So we've had some early winners, and if you're trying to take advantage of those, make sure you're clicking the link in the bio in the Telegram group, because like I said, some of these picks I have to kind of find or put some things together to get creative, because there are not a lot of games right now, and we're dealing with a lot of the later games as well. Not to say that we can't find winners, but just to let you know that sometimes these are not always my favorite plays on the board, because we have games running all day that can help us make our money early, and then we can kind of relax for the rest of the day. So with that in mind, let's dive into our first best bet, and I'm going to a first 5 total in the Mariners and Yankees matchup, and I'm taking the first 5 under 4.5 runs. The best odds I've seen is -130 on Bet Rivers, and in this matchup we've got rookie Brian Wu on the mound for the Mariners, and we've got Domingo Germán on the mound for the Yankees. Both of these pitchers, if you just look at their record, if you both look at their ERA, you might be a little scared as to why I'm taking the under. Brian Wu has a 7.3 ERA on the year, while Domingo Germán has a 4.3 ERA on the year. But this is the thing that I'm looking at. The books have given us a low total at 7.5 already. So that means they're really thinking that this one's going to be a low-scoring game, and rightfully so. Both of these offenses have been stagnant over the past month and not really scoring a ton of runs. First, we've got the Yankees on their side. We know they've been dealing with a ton of injuries, mainly to Aaron Judge, but that's kind of knocked off their entire rotation and lineup. We've got other guys like Rizzo and Stanton who have not really been doing that well, who've been carrying their weight, who've had a hard time getting it going. So because of that, it's just been really tough to back the Yankees, especially to score a lot of runs. And on the other side, Seattle has not been much better themselves on offense, especially in the first 5, as they're ranked 20th out of 30 teams in the major in first 5 runs per game. Now, Domingo Germán, he's coming off a pretty rough start, which at first made me want to take the Mariners on the first 5 money line. But when I looked into it a little bit deeper, I kind of scared myself out of it, and this is the reason why, right? In his last start against the Red Sox, he went 2 innings to give up 7 earned runs and 1 home run, but that was on the road. He's been much better at home than he's been on the road. His road ERA this year is 5.91, while his home ERA is 2.92. So there's a significantly big difference right there. And if you look at his last 2 home starts, where the Yankees are playing at home today, he's faced the Red Sox again and the Rays, 2 high-powered offenses, and he gave up 1 earned run in both of those matchups. Now, on the other side, we have Brian Wu, who's been getting stronger in each of his starts after getting banged up in his rookie debut against the Rangers. In his last 2 starts, he's given up 2 earned runs in both those matchups, 1 to the White Sox, and then the other matchup was to the Angels. So that's what I like to see. He's been getting stronger. He's been getting better. He's not giving up a ton of earned runs. He has been giving up a lot of home runs, so that is something, a point to kind of note out, or maybe you want to take a few home run props just in case, especially with the Yankee Stadium that, you know, can long balls fly out of there pretty easily. But I think because of the form that German has been in at home, and then also the form that Wu has been in, that we should be able to get under 5 runs in the first 5 innings between both of these pitchers. And the way these offenses have been looking, it's been hard. They haven't been stacking a lot of runners on base. So I really like the fact that we should be able to get under this total just because of how the overall form that these offenses have been in, and just the pitchers as well. Now, I will say that there are a lot of books that I have been seeing right now that has 4 right now. I would personally lay the juice, or I would go down in my unit size, and just because I'm not as big of a fan of 4 as I am as 4.5, because if we get a 2-2 matchup here, you push. So because of the push, I mean, the push is not the worst thing in the world. You get your money back, but you know, for me, I would take the 4.5 on the juice, or if you're going to take the 4, just tease it down maybe half a unit or so, a quarter of a unit. So this way, if you get that push opportunity, it's not too big of a deal. But I do like the under 4.5 runs as my first best bet of the day. For my second best bet of the day, we're going over for our Nerfy pick. Yesterday, we got killed with 2 outs. You hate to see it. And I'm going with the Marlins and Pirates in this matchup. The best odds I've seen is -135 on Bovada. But again, always shop around your Nerfy odds because different books have different lines. And in this matchup, we have Mitch Keller on the mound versus Braxton Garrett. Mitch Keller is 9-6 on the year when it comes to Nerfies. He was 5-6 at one point, but he started getting a lot better. He's hit his last 4 in a row, so we love to see that. Braxton Garrett's been strong in the first inning this year, 10-3 on Nerfies, including his last 2 in a row. So I definitely love to see that. And you guys know that I'm always taking Nerfies with the Marlins involved. They are the lowest scoring first inning team in all of baseball, 84% Nerfy success rate, and they have not scored a run in the first inning in 5 straight games. I love to see that. That makes me have even more confidence in Keller, somebody who doesn't have that just big Nerfy distribution like I like to see. And then the Pirates on their side, they're pretty good as well in terms of not scoring runs in the first inning, 72% Nerfy success rate, and they have not scored a run in the first inning in 7 straight matchups. So I think that consistency can carry over today, especially considering that the Pirates just got off a road trip and they're headed now down to Miami. So I like to see that, especially when teams are traveling. So give me the Nerfy and the Marlins and the Pirates as my second best bet. Now for my third and final best bet of the day, I'm switching it up a little bit, and I'm going with a pitching prop on this one. If you're inside the Telegram group, link is in the bio, then you would have seen me put out a few of these picks in the past, and this is like the type of pick that I like to take when you have a huge odd disparity. And I'm taking Shane McClanahan to get the win. The odds are to be decided, so at the time of recording this video, pitching props like this do typically come out a little bit later on in the day. I will update that number if possible, but definitely shop around on your books to see which one gives you the best value on this one. The odds for this game between the Rays and the Royals opened up at -250. Now it's at -365 on the money line. And I've seen some -400 on some books. So you certainly can't lay that. And I'm definitely not a fan of laying the run line at like -170 and stuff. So it literally comes down to, do you take the run line at a teased up like -2.5? Or do you kind of try to find a different angle? The different angle that I like to take is Shane McClanahan to record a win. So that's the kind of the workaround. Now, every book is going to have a different odds on this, but truthfully, when you have odds this large, you're typically going to get McClanahan to get a win at maybe -145, maybe -150, and that's a lot cheaper value for kind of the same exact thing. And the reason why I say that is I love to take these types of bets when the odds are super juiced, because you get the ability to typically back the pitcher that is probably going to get the win anyway. So if you're taking this matchup, you're going to take the Rays on the money line or you're going to take the Rays on the run line, you more than likely think that the Rays are going to get out to a hot start in this matchup. If you take the Rays on the money line at -365, you probably would take the Rays on the first 5 money line as well, right? Typically, your book is not going to allow you to do the same game parlay those. So if you just think that the Rays are going to get out to a hot start, score some runs early, then guess what? That means that Shane McClanahan is going to get that run support, and he's probably going to pick up the win as well. So because of that, for him to record the win is just the most logical bet at the cheaper odds, at the better value. And then the Royals, they're going with a ballpen game in this matchup. I'm not a big fan of that. They're starting a 4-game series here, so it looks like they're kind of trying to get their starters a little bit of an extra day of rest, especially after losing their last series to the Tigers and then having to fly from Detroit all the way down to Tampa today. Not a big fan of that, and I think that Rays are going to be able to jump on the Royals quickly and be able to score a bunch of runs early and be able to just give the run support that McClanahan needs. And I just don't think Royals are going to be able to give them run support that they need. The Royals are in the bottom of the league in runs per game, and it's tough to score runs off the MLB leader in not only wins per game, but also ERA. McClanahan, his form this year has been absolutely incredible. He's been impeccable. The Royals, like I mentioned, they're in the bottom of the league in runs per game and OPS versus left-handed pitchers. So because of all these factors, we know the Rays are going to win. At least that's what I believe. The Rays are going to win. If they lose, this is probably going to be the biggest underdog win of the year. Rays are going to get the win, and if they are going to get the win, that probably means that McClanahan is going to get the win as well. He has 11 wins on the year. He's been getting the run support from his team. So because of that, you probably just want to take Shane McClanahan to record a win as Shane McClanahan to record the win, because you're probably going to get that at much better value, better odds, and you still get the opportunity. It's still typically to get the Rays on the money line, just because McClanahan more than likely is going to get the run support and go deep into this game. And the Rays should be able to get this win, and that is my third and final best bet of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. Hopefully we can get back on track. We were having a good start to the week, and then we gave it all back yesterday in a tough day. But it's all good. Travel days are always tough. So make sure that on Wednesdays and Thursdays, you guys are practicing bankroll management. You're not over-leveraging yourself. Make sure you're looking at live lines as well to hedge yourself. That's what I did yesterday in that Red Sox game. I took the money line, but then I also grabbed them at +1.5 as well, live when they were down. So this way I hedged myself, and it kind of worked out. So that way I can still finish up. So make sure you guys are being creative, just like I did with that Shane McClanahan bet, so you guys can find alternate ways to get to the same type of bets that you want to, or finding the value on the books or on the board, because there are a ton of opportunities and there are going to be a lot of ways for you to make money, but you have to stay focused on trying to find winners, because right now the odds are juiced. The books are sharp. This is the only sport on, so a lot of money is flowing to the line. So a lot of lines are moving drastically. So you have to keep your head on a swivel, because that's going to be the only way you're going to be able to get through this marathon and be able to stay sustainable building into college football season, which I know we're all looking forward to. Can't wait to see the type of plays that you drop today. Like the video if you have been finding some value, and subscribe to the channel as well. I appreciate y'all. Can't wait to see the money that you make. And as always, dictate your fate. I'll see you tomorrow. Later, guys.